YouTube is oversaturated. Now, if you're watching this video, you either agree with that statement or you don't. I'm here to give you my opinion, and it might just change your perspective. So you guys know I'm big on having the abundance mindset and not the scarcity mindset. And to me, part of the abundance mindset is knowing that there's always room for you, there's always space for you, there's always opportunity for you. So even if you believe something is oversaturated, you can still have the abundance mindset and move within that. Because let's say it is, let's say there's just so many people on YouTube, and a lot of people have the same idea as you. They want to do it the exact same way as you. And you just feel like it's no space. To me, my perspective on that is if there's a lot of people doing it, if there is saturation in the market, that means it works. And that also means that 99% of the people who are doing whatever they're doing, they're lazy, they're not being consistent. So it's not hard to outwork these people. For example, we can go, and I always like to say, look at the bread aisle. We look at the bread aisle, there are hundreds of brands, all different types of bread. They got their different labeling and marketing, but which ones stand out to you? It's usually the ones with the best marketing. It's usually the ones you kind of grew up with, or you like the story of the company, or maybe you just like the taste of this certain bread over this other certain bread. So there's always going to be similarities, but there's always going to be differences between each brand and why somebody else likes this brand versus that brand. So even if there are hundreds of different brands, each brand can get some of the market share. And the one that's working the hardest, the one that's marketing the best, the one that's being most relatable, the one that is getting feedback from their customers, that brand is going to shine out against all the saturation. So when people tell me something is oversaturated, my mindset is just like, so what? Like, what does that mean? Does that mean that you can't be successful in it? Or does that mean that this is a proven thing that actually does work for people? People with that scarcity mindset, like they feel like it's oversaturated, or maybe like they want to go to the NFL or be in the NBA, but they see that, oh, it's only a certain amount of spots on each team, and their odds, and they're looking at the odds and just feeling like everything is kind of working against them. These are the people that don't end up working as hard because they don't really feel like they have a chance, versus that guy who looks at the odds and still believes that they can make it. They are gonna have a way better chance at making it because they know the odds is probably stacked against them. They know that like it's only a limited number of spots, but they feel like one of those spots is for them. And then at the end of the day, oversaturation or not, if you work hard, if you put in the work, if you are consistent, whether it's YouTube or any other lane in this world, you are going to be successful if you don't quit. That's the thing. A lot of people quit before they reach success. I've had different things in my past that I used to do, different other business ventures, and I quit before I was able to see much success in those lanes. I'm not saying that, if you're doing something 10 years straight and it's just not working, then, maybe you need to reevaluate yourself and how you're doing something. But if you've only been doing something for a year or a few months and then you feel like, oh, it's not working for me, you are being a quitter at that point. You got to understand that it's going to be growing pains. You got to reevaluate. Sometimes you got to rebrand and, figure out how you can pivot and, do something a little bit different. Because a lot of times we are just one little change away, or doing one little thing different away from blowing up. So yeah, man, for all my creators out there, I don't care if it's music, content, videos, films, whatever you want to do, just work hard at it. Don't worry about like when you see track runners and they're running their race, they are not running. And Usain Bolt, yeah, once he gets to the end he starts looking around, but in that beginning when he's getting out the gate, gaining that lead, he's got tunnel vision, man. He's got tunnel vision and he's only looking forward. And that's how we need to be doing when we are working on our businesses and building our businesses. Like once we got everything up and running, everything set and ready to go, if you want to do some healthy competition, some healthy comparisons, just kind of seeing where you at compared to the rest of the field, you can do that. But when we're in these beginning stages, we can't be thinking about the competition. We got to be thinking about how we can innovate, how we can be different. Okay, I'm making self-improvement or videos about money, or I'm doing travel vlogs on my other channel. And, I could easily just do exactly what everybody else is doing, but how far is that going to actually get me? What type of audience is that going to actually get me versus me being myself, me thinking about how can I do it? How can I make the best content that I can make? That's going to make all of the difference. And when people compare you, like, okay, you start a bread brand and it kind of looks like Wonder Bread, right? You look a little bit like Wonder Bread, or it tastes a little bit like Wonder Bread, and that's what people are comparing you to. That's happens for everybody in every industry, no matter what you do. When people see you start to do something, they're gonna compare it to whatever is familiar. For example, we got Little Uzi before we got Trippie Redd. I remember when Trippie Redd first came out, people were saying like, "Oh, Trippie Redd, he sounds like Uzi. He's a Uzi clone." But now today, I mean, I don't really listen to any of these artists anymore, but like as their career started going on, you could tell like, no, these are like two different artists, two different lanes. They had some similarities as far as like the singy rap type of thing, but they are different artists at the end of the day. So yeah, man, I hope I did change your perspective. If you did have an idea to do something, but you feel like too many people are doing it, or you just feel like it's so much oversaturation in whatever market, whatever lane you are trying to be in, I hope I flipped your perspective to just work hard and be consistent at it. And, you know, be that guy, be that woman, be that person that does make it, and, you know, have that mindset that you believe that you can. And that's all I got for this one. Like, share, comment, subscribe. As always, love y'all. I'm out.